Steel City Live, only on Mike Drop Sports. I'm your host, Jason. As always, we're diving in here. And it's another week, another week of quarterback drama is which it seems to be. But I don't know if it's really drama anymore. It's just kind of like whatever. But we got a little bit more developments from down there at the owners' meetings from Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf out there throwing the ball around, having a little work with each other. If that may tell you something or not, I don't know how you feel about that. I'll tell you how I feel about it and what's been going on here over the weekend and all that good stuff. So we'll dive in here. What's up, JD, Tom Ford, Miss Pittsburgh, Nathan McDonald? Let's go. Yeah, they're getting in some work, man. They're getting in some work. No doubt about it. Unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Steeler. I predict that unless someone in the draft like Hampton or Sanders falls in our lap the first round, and the Steelers will draft Jalen Milroe. What's up, Catfish? Trying to get on the same page. They may be, and this may be a telling sign, my friends. It may be. Take it for what you want. But the Pittsburgh Steelers are definitely, I believe, in the driver's seat of this Aaron Rodgers situation right now. And I know many people are saying that Aaron Rodgers is playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. But really, is it? That's the real question. I mean, are the Steelers really getting played here? Or if you listen to Mike Tomlin and you listen to the confidence, per se, of what they have in Mason Rudolph, that he can get the job done. And I know many of us maybe don't want to believe anything that comes out of Mike Tomlin's mouth. I can't fault you for that. But maybe they do have that kind of immense confidence in Mason Rudolph, and maybe they're really not getting played here, my friends. So we'll continue to go through all that stuff here. What's up, Catfish? What's up, Troy, in the house, man? Thank you. I enjoy you guys watching. Thank you, man. What's up, Daniel Barry? What's up, Sleeping Lady? Good to see you guys all in the chat early. Make sure you're smashing that like button. What's up, Danny George? I hope Uncle Rico's out there, my friend. I'm ready. I'm ready for Uncle Rico. I'm down for it. But, yeah, if Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf are out there, UCLA, they're out there and they're getting this work in. They're trying to get on the same page. Or was it more of an audition that Aaron Rodgers just wanted to see? Not in a conceited way of saying, like, look, I need to see if you're worthy enough. He knows DK Metcalf is worthy. No doubt about it. He's one of the best in the game. But what I think Aaron Rodgers may be doing here is just seeing, hey, I'm 41 years old. How do I fit with this guy? How comfortable are we? Working together out here a little bit. And there's not much you can tell from shorts and throwing a ball around, but there are some things you can tell. And that is, do you have that chemistry in terms of timing? And are you comfortable with the way he comes in and out of his breaks, of his routes, and things of that nature that you just want to see, you want to get a feel for. And I don't blame Aaron for that. And, there's a lot to be said about Aaron Rodgers, his attitude and things of that nature. But I think Aaron Rodgers may be doing something that is a good thing here. And that is making sure that he is a good fit for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Maybe he is ensuring that when he does come back to the NFL, or if he comes back to the NFL, that there is that chemistry. There is that want to. There is that fire in his belly, man. Maybe that's what he's doing. It may be not just all about the ego of Aaron Rodgers here. And again, there's a lot we could say about his attitude and the way he carries himself around. And some may like it, some may not. But again, I think he might be just trying to get that right feel, just trying to make sure this is the right situation for him. So we'll continue to see. Yeah, I agree, Robert. Milroe is a mid-round talent. I think it would be a bigger reach than Pickett, no doubt about it. No doubt. I like defensive linemen first. But again, if a generational talent falls in your lap, you got to take them. What's up, downtown John Broadway? Jason, question, wouldn't you have Rudolph in the South Side with our offensive coordinators start getting him primed for the season? I mean, he may be, but this is the offseason, guys, and you got to give these guys time to unwind from the the grind of the NFL season. You got to give them some time away from the game. You can't make them be there constantly. And I'm sure Mason already has a playbook, already has a lot of things that he remembers from before, and a lot of things that are new with Arthur Smith. But I'm sure there's a lot of things that the Steelers do that are perpetually the same thing as they once did when Mason was there just a short time ago. So in 2023. But I'm not discounting the fact that Mason Rudolph is there or working in some capacity. And that's definitely going to be the thing. Whether they come to the south side of Pittsburgh and put that work in, or they put that work in elsewhere, work is work. It doesn't matter where it's at. But I could see what you're saying downtown. You want him in that building. You want him in there with Arthur Smith. You want him in there getting prepared and going through things and starting to formulate a game plan. But it's just a tick too early for that. But I'm sure Arthur Smith is emailing him and sending him many things for Mason to start getting mentally on board with the Arthur Smith offense in the 2025 Pittsburgh Steelers. I have no doubt about that. Nathan McDonald. Where were we? Nathan says, I just want Aaron for the sake of TJ, Cam, and Mink. I know we need to suck to get a reset at the quarterback position, but asking those guys to tank and waste a year of their careers just doesn't feel right. I don't think having Aaron Rodgers or not says that they're tanking. I truly don't believe that, because that is a spit in the face of Mason Rudolph. That is a literal lay down here, my friend, I'm going to shit on your face type thing. If we think that just because Mason Rudolph is going to be at the helm, that it's a wash, that it's a done thing, that they're just conceding the season. Because, guys, please do not get that twisted. Please do not get that twisted. And I'm going to die on this hill until I'm proven otherwise. Mason Rudolph is not a guy that is going to get you into a top 10 pick. I'm sorry. He's not that guy. He's going to come out there. He's the ultimate competitor. He's going to give everything he's got each and every week for his teammates. He is a story in the NFL that you don't see often. This guy will go out there and do everything that he can possibly do for his teammates. And that is a fact. And he carries himself very, very well. And I felt like the last time that he played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, the product that he put out on that football field was really indicative of his hard work and how much he had prepared over the years and waited for that moment. And when he got that moment, my friends, the Tennessee Titans were excited about seeing it down in Tennessee. They just happened to not have a roster down there that could help him in any way, shape, or form. And they were a shitstorm, down there before he ever arrived. So, yeah, you can take some of what happened down there and put a lot of weight into it if you like. I'm not putting a ton of stock into that season. But I will say that I think Mason Rudolph fits a lot better with the Steelers. I think the Steelers have a tremendous amount more weapons. I think the Steelers' culture as a whole is far better than Tennessee's. And I feel like the Steelers organization is a far better place for Mason to succeed as opposed to where he was at. And that's not saying the Tennessee Titans have never been that franchise, because they've been good. They were damn close to winning a Super Bowl at one time. Under Mike Vrabel, they were very good. But, they dismantled and they're rebuilding that franchise right now. So, again, we're not going to hold all that against Mason Rudolph, because that situation wasn't the best. But again, the Steelers aren't tanking, guys, if they get Mason Rudolph. Please do not think that. Have a little faith in two. Two's that real deal, guys. And I know, again, a lot of you don't want to believe that. And a lot of you want to bring up a lot of stuff from when he was very young and battling back and forth. Mason's never got a real chance. And the chance that he did get that was actually real in playing meaningful football, that man did a fine job, a real fine job. And nobody can take that away from him. The stats showed, for all the people out there that are very statistically driven, the stats showed you what he could do. All you people that, get in your feels and want to, feel that energy from the team. He did that too. That team was flying high, man. And a lot of us, including myself and a lot of you guys, were really pumped about that football team heading into Buffalo. Despite the TJ Watt injury, despite the injuries that had occurred all season, despite all the bullshit that had went on throughout that season, a lot of us still had a lot of hope. And Mason Rudolph had that football team in Buffalo where they had no business being. But they were there and they were competitive. And they were within 7 points at one time late in that football game. So it is what it is. TD, what's up, my friend? Lucas Van Dyke. Do you think that Aaron Rodgers is the right fit for the Pittsburgh Steelers? I think Aaron Rodgers could potentially be the right fit for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think that what he is doing right now, doing his due diligence, and that's what I believe him to be doing right now, guys. I don't think this is an ego thing. And at first I did think that. Until that, I've had a little bit of time to let this all sink in. This process has been going on for quite some time now. And I've been allowing myself to just become immersed in the situation and take my fan hat off and not look at it from my fan perspective. Because as a fan, I don't like the situation. I don't. And I think Aaron Rodgers right now is doing some of the things that are actually right. He is making sure that he is a perfect fit for this football team. Guys, he is at the end. And whatever decision he makes for 2025 is going to be pretty much how he goes out. And that's a heavy decision, guys. And I know a lot of people will say, well, how hard is it? How hard is it to make this decision? I think it's an extremely difficult one because this is the final chapter. This is the end. This is how this story is going to end. And if you're Aaron Rodgers, you don't want to end it on a sour note. Not what happened in New York. Not what happened in New Jersey with the Jets. You don't want to end it like that. And Aaron, in my opinion, is really making sure and going through things with a fine-tooth comb that situation doesn't reoccur. That he doesn't find himself in another tumultuous situation with a football team that isn't going anywhere. And I can't fault the man for that. Because I think what Aaron Rodgers is doing right now is literally weighing his options in terms of, do I have a real competitive shot to be around when it comes AFC Championship game time with this football team? Do I have a legitimate shot with these guys that I'm going to have a chance at going and chasing a Sticky Lombardi to end my career? And I think he is going to go through that with a fine-tooth comb because the only other option for him is to retire or wait on the Minnesota Vikings to call him up late in the summer. Those are the options, guys, and none of which look bad for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm sorry. The Steelers did what they needed to do. They knew the quarterback room they had in 2023 wasn't it. I think they wanted to retain Mason Rudolph, but they weren't willing to commit to him in any real way in terms of a starting role. They flopped that quarterback room, which is unheard of 2 years in a row, completely revamping that quarterback room. They went into 2024 with guys on one-year deals because they knew what, guys? That they had potential in Justin Fields if he got to play, that maybe he would show a lot, that they would have no choice but to sign him. But he didn't show that much. He didn't show that they were backed against the wall to where, man, he just played so lights out, there was no way you could let him walk out the building because he didn't play that way. He didn't. So, Russell Wilson, he didn't back them into a wall with his play. His play wasn't so good that they made the Steelers think to themselves, we got to keep this guy. They didn't think that. So what did the Steelers do? They totally dismembered that room again. And now they're looking to rebuild it again. They got Mason Rudolph in there, guys, and all these great experts on the draft that want to tell you all this stuff. The Steelers are drafting a quarterback in 2025. They are going to probably draft a quarterback in 2026. And again in 2027 if it doesn't work out. Guys, they have really no choice but to keep swinging for those young guys. They have no choice. So you will see it, whether it's in the beginning stages of the draft or the middle or the end. They're going to get a quarterback somewhere. Whether that's the next franchise guy or not, they're going to get a young guy to put in that room. Guaranteed. And what did they do? They went out there and they went to an old trusty, a guy that they know can win them games, a guy that they know will keep them competitive, and that is Mason Rudolph. And now, here sits Aaron Rodgers. There's a real chance that you strike lightning in a bottle with Aaron Rodgers and perhaps, do something really amazing here in 2025. So that is what the Steelers are doing, guys. And again, everybody out there talking about the Steelers and free agency, talking about the Steelers, what they've done so far this offseason, how they're waiting on Aaron Rodgers, how shitty the Steelers look, how they have cake on their face in this situation. And again, when I take myself out of all the fan bullshit and I take myself out and I just allow things to clear, the Pittsburgh Steelers are putting on an actual masterclass of how to get this done. Guys, you don't find franchise quarterbacks just laying around. You don't find them that easy. Guys, the Steelers, in their illustrious history, have had 2 franchise quarterbacks. That should tell you how hard it is to find a franchise quarterback. So why do we as fans sit here and believe that it's just so easy to go out there and find your next guy? It's not. It's not that easy. And there's a lot of luck involved in that too, guys. It's not all about evaluation. There's some luck involved in that. There's some right timing involved in that. And we have to understand that as Steeler fans. And when you come here to Mic Drop Sports, that's what I'm trying to do. I want you guys to have an understanding of the reality with this and maybe to lessen our expectations at certain times. I want you always to want to win because that's what I think winners are made of. You never want to lay down and die. But there's a right way to go about this. And I think the Steelers and Omar Khan are doing it. I don't think that they've made monster mistakes in what they've done. They had to clean house. They made a bad pick with Kenny Pickett. They made a horrible pickup with Mitchell Trubisky. They had to let Mason walk because they weren't willing to dedicate their starting role to him fully and pay him money. So he went elsewhere to test the waters, but he ended up coming back. They trusted Mason. They did. Maybe should they have had a little bit more trust in Mason? I think they should have. I think they mishandled that situation a little bit during that regular season. But as a whole, the Steelers are doing what they need to do. They are. And whether we want to believe that or not, the writing is on the wall. Aaron Rodgers is a bonus, guys, and there shouldn't be any timetable on when he should sign because it matters none to the Pittsburgh Steelers in any which way, shape, or form. It changes their plan in no way, shape, or form. The plan for 2025 is to draft a young guy at some point in the draft. There is no definitive stamp on where they have to draft that quarterback. There isn't, but they will, and they know they will, and they know that's the plan. And they are comfortable in the meantime with Mason Rudolph. And they know 2026 is the same thing. We're probably going to have to draft a young guy. That's where the Steelers are at, guys. Aaron Rodgers not signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers immediately matters zero. None. But what is a good sign is that you may get a chance with Aaron Rodgers. And then I thought to myself, well, what about the money? What if he would want $45 million a year? What if he wants $40 million a year? Man, you can't pay him that. Well, guess what? We really can. The salary cap is a fictional number. We all know that. They can manipulate it in many ways. They could get him that money. And guess what, my friends? It's for 1 year. And even if they pay Aaron Rodgers $40 million, let's just say that. With Mason and Aaron and bringing in a rookie, they aren't paying what some franchises are paying for one guy, i.e. the Baltimore Ravens. And they supposedly have an MVP there, but has never won them a big game. But the Steelers will be still paying less for a chance to strike lightning in a bottle, guys. Does this all make sense now? I'm just wondering. Does it all starting to make sense to you guys that this isn't as bad a situation as many people think? It's really not. The Steelers have an excellent opportunity sitting in front of them to build this roster into something really, really special. In the meantime, they're going to wait for that piece and wait for luck and bust their ass and try to make it happen to get that young guy in place. But in the meantime, they're just going to hope that somebody takes them and runs with this shit. It makes sense, guys, and it's not so bad. It's not. Mark Malone, you know Mason already has a new playbook, memorized it inside and out. Probably does, Mark. Good to see you, man. What's up? Mastro, historically, I've thought as the Steelers as a rough and tough defensive team. With how the league is trending with the unnecessary roughness and softer penalties, can the Steelers evolve? I don't think they have to evolve. I think you can still be a physical team. I think you can still be a team known for what they used to be known for. But what you got to do is sprinkle a little bit of that offensive football inside of there. I think the Steelers can still be known for being dominant and physical, but are they anymore? I think the answer to that question is no. I just put a short out on the channel page. Go and check that out, guys. Make sure you smash that like button on there. Hammer that like button, guys. It's very important. There's a poll question on there that talks about just that with some comments that Big Ben made about the Pittsburgh Steelers and how they used to be. All right, guys, I'm going to grab a little sip of water here. I want you guys to hammer that like button. We need you guys to beat the shit out of that like button like you own that damn thing. I'm going to get back into the chat here, answer some of your questions. I'm going to try to answer as many of them as I can. But in the meantime, I need you guys to beat up that like button. Also, super chats are always available. It's the last day of the month, so let's end the month strong here. But again, super chats are always available. Also, memberships, 99 cents a month. Let's push those memberships, guys. If any of you are so generous and want to donate memberships, we're almost to 100 paid members. And I wanted to thank all you guys again for breaking that 4,500 subscriber goal. We are cracked through that and on our way to that 5,000, and it won't take us long to be there. And I want to be at 10,000 before we kick off this season in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, and I think we can do that, guys. We can get to 10,000, no doubt about it. I have mass confidence in you. I know we can do it. With your shares and likes, we can get that done. American Militia, the best Steelers content, brutally honest. Here we go. Thank you, brother. And do the Steelers have enough firepower to keep up with the Bengals and Ravens' high-powered offenses? Mastro, they've proved it year in, year out. Go look at the divisional record since 2020 of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mastro. Who owns the AFC North? The records speak for themselves, my friends. The records speak with themselves. And you're talking about high-powered offenses. The Steelers, at worst, split these games with these guys. At worst. Just saying. What's up, Lindsay? What's up, Jared? Kingdom J gang. What's up? Jermaine, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, but welcome Vikings Jerome. When is the Steelers signing Aaron Rodgers? No timetable, man, and I don't think they need to have one. Listen to John Broadway, guys. Smash that like button for Mike Drop Sports. We truly appreciate that. I don't know. I really don't have a least favorite player in the AFC North. I ain't into all that kind of stuff, rankings, things, man. I'm just a real master. I don't know if you've watched the channel or not, but I'm just more about the football team and talking about football. I don't really have any lists or anything like most hated, favorite. Like, I don't really have those types of lists. That's just kind of not my thing, but some people do. I really don't play into all that. Bryson, I play for the Raiders in flag football. Awesome, man. Congratulations. Hope you do really well. Best of luck to you, Bryson. Let's keep going, man. Zoc Curry in the house. Yeah, man, I try to respond to everybody, Lucas. How's everyone doing today? Hope you had a good weekend, JJ. Gotta enjoy the roller coaster of emotions for the quarterback position. The fans don't know who they want, LOL. Yeah, you gotta enjoy this offseason. Guys, I gotta give one thing here, though. that the Steelers have had an exciting offseason. We've had a lot to talk about, so that's very interesting. That's awesome for a fan base that loves to eat, sleep, and breathe football, man. A-Rod destroyed 2 teams and got 2 head coaches fired. The third time is the charm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Aaron Rodgers destroyed the Jets. I think the Jets destroyed the Jets because the Steelers aren't going to give Aaron Rodgers that type of control. He's not going to be able to dictate the roster. It's just not going to happen. But I can see your concerns, no doubt. Tom Ford, I believe Aaron Rodgers already made a deal with the Steelers for some dumbass reason. They just want the media. They don't want. You saying they don't want to tell the fans? I don't think that's true. I think they've had a contract given, Tom, which, yeah, it's there. But again, I really think Aaron Rodgers is playing this in the right way. I really do. And and honestly, us as Steeler fans should be thankful he's doing this. And I know that's an off-ball take. I know a lot of people aren't going to say that. They're going to feed into what the fan base, most people that do this type of stuff feed into what the majority of the fan base want. They kind of feed into that for views and content and things of that nature. But I'm going to give my honest assessment of it. I think Aaron Rodgers is doing his due diligence. And again, I was one of those people that thought some of these bad things about Aaron Rodgers. But I don't think that to be the case right now. The more I look at it, his decision doesn't affect the Pittsburgh Steelers in any way. Not in any way, shape, or form does his decision affect this ball club. None. And I can see why maybe the Rooneys and Omar and Mike, I could see why maybe they're relaxed about it. Because again, Aaron Rodgers would just be a bonus, guys. That's it. He's a lottery pick. He's like you're going down to the 7-Eleven and you're saying to yourself, this number doesn't hit very often as of late. This number hasn't been coming out. Same thing with Aaron Rodgers. He hasn't been doing good as of late. He hasn't really, had that magical run quite some time. He's lost a lot of playoff games. He's had some tough times, man. But he has 4 MVPs. He's got it done before. He's won the Super Bowl. He won the Super Bowl MVP. So maybe we buy this lottery ticket for 1 year and just see if it comes out. That's what Aaron Rodgers is to the Pittsburgh Steelers, guys. And for us as fans to sit here and get irate or anything, it really doesn't matter because this is for 1 year. And I know there's reports out there saying like they got to sign him to $70 million fully guaranteed 2 years. And I know you're hearing those reports. I don't think the Steelers have came off of 1 year deal. I don't think they've come off of that. And I think it will be no more than 40, no less than 30. He's going to be in between 30 and $40 million. I thought he would be already signed by today. But that not be the case. It is what it is. But when you're out there working out with the Steelers' newly acquired top target via trade, the guy they went out there and spent a Brinks truck full of money on, and you're out there and you're working with him, you just spent 6 hours in the building in Pittsburgh. You've had nothing but good things to say about the Steelers. The Steelers have had nothing but good things to say about Aaron. Guys, where do you think this is all going to? I told you how certain I was. I'm going to reiterate that right now for you again. The Pittsburgh Steelers will sign Aaron Rodgers unless he retires. I firmly believe that. And especially with the way this has all went down, I told you guys that a long time ago. I told you guys that. So we'll see how this all continues to play out. He might be sleeping, lady. He might be tripping balls, yo. Wave that terrible towel for Miss Pittsburgh. We truly appreciate it. Jonas Moser, greetings from Switzerland. No clue from U.S. Sports, but your voice sounds so good. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for joining us from Switzerland, man. Hey, email me some beautiful pictures from Switzerland. I want, like, from a personal, not like some pictures people I see in magazines and stuff. I want to see the snow and shit. You can email me at MikeDropSports@yahoo.com. But thank you again for watching from Switzerland. Roberta Campbell, what's up? Mark Malone, it's really just the low T dudes that are freaking out after this. I agree, Mark. I agree, man. I don't think a lot of people will know what that meant, but I got you loud and clear. Right, I can't wait till the Steelers sign Aaron officially Super Bowl 60 bound. Let's keep going. Sean in the house. What's up, Sean? Let's keep going here. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to go through the chat and get as many of you as I can. Mason to start. Screw Aaron. That's from Deadman 2 Wade. Grasshopper Plus, Mason Rudolph. Miss Pittsburgh, Sean. Let's keep going. I've been busy all week. Did we get Aaron? No, Sean, we didn't. Let's go. Sleeping Lady, I'm fine with Rodgers coming to play a year, even 2. If he can make it work with our guys. If not, we got Mason to fall back on. Hoping we get a quarterback, but don't get him first if Rodgers is signed. Yeah, you don't get a first rounder. Well, you still can. That's the beauty of this, guys. Even if Aaron Rodgers is signed to the Pittsburgh Steelers, you could still take a quarterback in round 1. You can. If Sanders is there, Jackson Dart's there, you can still do that. I think this is exactly how it goes, and you guys can see how it plays out. Steelers draft Tyler Shuck in round 3. The Steelers sign Aaron Rodgers to $35 million for 1 year to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mason Rudolph is quarterback 2, Tyler Shuck is 3, and that'll evolve how things go. Does Aaron get hurt during the season? You don't know. That situation will have to play its way out. But that's how I think this thing goes. And I think the Steelers will take and evaluate 2025 and say to themselves, what kind of compensatory picks do we have in 2026? Are we going to be in a position that we can move up and grab somebody if we're not happy with some of the guys we have there? Or they may have complete faith in a guy like Tyler Shuck and say, hey, Tyler, we're going to hand it to you. What's up, D? I just want to see Mason confirm my prediction last year of him coming back to the Steelers to win a Super Bowl. I wish, man. I wish, D. Chiefs or Eagles will win the Super Bowl again? They might, man. Guys, they're the teams that are loaded right now. They just are. Deadman 2 Wade didn't work with Devontae, so what's the difference? What do you mean it didn't work with Devontae? Devontae scored. The Jets' problems wasn't totally offensively, guys. I hate to tell you that. If you look at the Jets' season a lot last year, there's a lot of the defensive problems. But it is what it is. The offense wasn't perfect. Aaron made a lot of mistakes. I agree with that. But if I'm going to put more blame on anybody, it's probably the defense. Tom Ford, what's new? Is Mike Tomlin experimenting with quarterbacks? I don't know if I would call this experimenting. It's just going through the natural progression to find another franchise quarterback, guys. 2 franchise quarterbacks in the Steelers' history, guys. That's it. That's it. That's what I want everybody to realize. And I don't know if I could reiterate that any more than I have. 2 franchise quarterbacks in their entire history of their franchise. 2. And guys, all we talk about is how Pittsburgh is a storied franchise, which they are. But let that part of that sink in, that they've had 2 quarterbacks as franchise guys. No, D, he doesn't have a wife, man. Where were we? Sorry, I'm trying to find where we were. Roberta, I saw somewhere it stated Metcalf and Rodgers was working out. Yeah, man, you heard it right here, Roberta. Mike Drop Sports. Tom still says that they draft Jalen Milroe. Guys, that's a mistake. It's a mistake, guys. Jalen Milroe is not an NFL quarterback. Whether you want to make believe in your head that he is, guys, you can. I don't think a lot of you like him. I think a lot of you believe what I'm believing, but guys, that's a mistake. It's a mistake. He is not an NFL quarterback, guys. And for everybody that wants to continue down this road of running backs at the quarterback position, go for it. I'm looking for a guy that can throw the ball all over the yard. I want a guy that can stand back there in the pocket and deliver the football at an exceptionally high level. That's what I'm looking for, guys. And that plan has never changed, and I don't think it should change for anybody. And for Mike Tomlin to just want to be following suit of the hot trend inside of the NFL, that's piss poor coaching. If that's what his mindset is, like, oh, I'm just going to do what everybody else is doing. Monkey see, monkey do bullshit. That's bad. That earns you a trip out the door, in my opinion, if I'm a franchise owner. I want an innovative head coach. I want somebody that's trying new things. I want somebody that's looking outside of the box. I don't want someone that's following the status quo. I don't want a follower. I want a leader in my ball club. That's what I want. American Militia, I heard quarterback wasn't the number one option unless Jalen Milroe is there. He's the third fastest quarterback ever behind Mike, Vick, and Lamar. Besides that, I heard it's either defensive tackle or running back. You're going to hear a lot, American Militia. You're going to hear a ton. And everybody's an expert at this time of the year. Everybody's an expert. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and say, it's a defensive tackle, it's a running back, or it's a quarterback, because none of these people know. Mike Tomlin, Omar Khan, Art Rooney, I don't care if you're Jerry Dulac, they're not telling you what they're doing. They're not telling you. They're not giving these guys the answers. And if they want to sit here and bullshit you guys and say they have sources that are telling them, these people aren't telling them what they're doing, guys. They're not. Nobody knows. Until that name's called on draft night, it's all speculation and guesses. Now, are they making educated guesses on what they're seeing? Absolutely. But they're throwing in the part of, I was talking to so-and-so, and this source, they're so great, they're telling me that the Steelers are only defensive tackle or running back unless Jalen Milroe, which is a giant mistake, is there. Jalen Milroe is not a first-round talent, guys. He's not going to be picked in round one, and I don't care if he's sitting there when the Steelers pick at 21. He is not a first-round talent, and I hope to God the Pittsburgh Steelers are smart enough to realize that. I hope they're not stupid enough to go out there and get a guy because he's fast. That's what we're resorting to at the NFL level. Well, he's fast. He's like Mike Vick. He's like Lamar. He's fast. Guys, if that's how your franchise picks its next quarterback to succeed Ben Roethlisberger and be the only third franchise quarterback in Pittsburgh Steelers history, if that's how they're choosing it, this franchise got way more fucking trouble than figuring out the quarterback situation. They are way, way off base here, guys. Way off base. That is not how you select your quarterback. Man. And this isn't bad on American Militia. He's just telling us what he heard. He ain't saying like, Jason, this is what we need to do. He's just saying, Jason, this is the rumors I'm hearing. And I'm just saying this. That would be absolutely batshit crazy, guys. And I will go up against anybody, any so-called analyst or whatever. If they want to sit there and feed that bullshit down my throat, I would have to tell them no. I would have to tell them they're crazy. And that's not being disrespectful. That's just telling the truth. You're not looking for a running back, guys. You're looking for a freaking quarterback. You're looking for somebody that can throw the ball at an elite level. You don't want your quarterback out there running around. What does that do, guys? They're going to be in a sweatsuit more than they're on the football field. And second of all, not only are they going to be opened up to immense amounts of injuries because they're just out there running around like idiots, but what happens when you're in those big moments of the game? Those big, big moments when you need those drives. You need that pinpoint accuracy. You need a quarterback that's back there that understands the complexities of the defense, that understands what their offense is all about, that can move the ball down the field in a complex way, that the pressure isn't going to be too much, that they're not going to be back there with happy feet just taking off running. Guys, you gotta have a quarterback, not a running back. If I want to draft a running back in round one, it's going to be a running back, a guy that plays running back that I can hand the ball off to. Not Jalen Milroe at 21, which would be one of the biggest mistakes in NFL history. I would rank it up there with like Jamarcus Russell bullshit. That's what I would rank that move up there with. And I'm sorry, guys. That move would totally... Man, I would love it, though, if they did it because I'd have something to say about the Steelers for the rest of my life. Oh. All right, D. Have fun at T-ball, bro. Roberta Campbell, I also saw a report where ESPN is looking to buy the NFL Network. Maybe, Roberta. I don't know. I didn't see it. Sleepless Lady says, do you think guys like Rodgers should sit the training camp experience in Latrobe? I don't think the Steelers hire any player who is unwilling to show up at training camp. Do you think he should sit? If that's the question you're asking, I think the answer is no. Should he be out there pushing a sled and conditioning? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But what should he be up there doing? Standing back in that pocket, getting comfortable, looking how his offensive line move their feet, how they're going to set up, getting familiar with his cadence, the offensive lineman getting familiar with his cadence, the wide receivers getting familiar with how he calls the plays, the offense as a whole, how he changes and checks in and out of plays. And that's another thing you're going to get from Aaron Rodgers and Mason Rudolph, guys. Extreme knowledge of the offense in terms of checks at the line of scrimmage, audibling in and out of plays that you haven't had in quite some time. You haven't had since the last time Mason played. You haven't had that type of ability at the line of scrimmage. I'm sorry, you haven't. You didn't see Russ doing it. You didn't see Justin doing it. And you have to have that at the NFL level, guys. You have to. This isn't booster football. This isn't youth league football, guys. This isn't high school football. This isn't college football. This is the NFL. Everybody is good. Everybody is good. And you have to have the ability of getting up to the line of scrimmage and getting your offense into a premier position. You have to get them in positions to succeed. And that requires complexity. That requires great knowledge of defenses. That's what that requires, guys. Armand in the house. Steelers cut Johnny Unitas in the mid-50s. Not the best quarterback evaluators. It's lucky to have had Bradshaw and Ben. Yeah, I mean, we can't go clean back to the 50s. I appreciate what you're saying, Armand. No doubt about it, my friend. They've not had the best of luck with it, but they've managed to win 6 Super Bowls. They have managed to have 2 franchise quarterbacks, and that's more than I can say about a lot of the franchises. So I'm not going to totally discount what the Steelers have done. Can't complain, brother. Tightening up, getting my act together. Oh, you must be talking to somebody else. Watching Aaron DK GP might be the funniest thing I've had watching this year team on offense since the Killer Bees. It might be the funnest thing, yes, no doubt about it. Not the funniest, but the funnest. John Broadway, he's talking to Tomlin heading out the door would not be a bad thing. I don't think so either, man. All right, guys, I need you to smash that like button. If anybody wants to donate memberships or anybody wants to join to become a part of the Mic Drop Mafia, that's 99 cents a month. It's the last day of this month here on March 31st, a Monday. Let's get those memberships up if we can. Super chats are always open. Let's finish this month strong. I know it's the end of the month, so I know it's like tough sometimes, man. Bills suck. But anyway, man, if anybody ever wants to support, you know those are always open. Again, I appreciate what you guys have done for the month of March. It's been one of our best months. Super chats have been up, memberships have been up, views, likes, everything. You guys have been absolutely awesome. So truly blessed with that. So let's keep that going. But a great way that you can support the show, and it's absolutely free, and that's hitting that like button, guys. Just double tapping that screen, hitting that share button, sending us out into that YouTube algorithm. It's all battle against the algorithm, guys. That's what it's all about. And we've been waging that war, man, and we're coming out on top here. So let's keep on going. Let's keep building this community and continue to rock, man. Malachi Smith, what's up, man? He says, Jackson Dart, American Militia, Truth, Tom Ford. Jason, you have heard of the running back, Ollie Gordon. He looks good. He does look good, Tom. Yeah. What's up, Rob Lightfoot? Pittsburgh is drafting a quarterback in 2025 in the third round, and the pick will be Kyle McCord. Guys, it could be anybody. It could be anybody. Rob might be right. Anybody. These are all guesses, guys, and any of us could be right. Captain, bro, I'm going to be honest. Steelers are getting smoked by the Cardinals next season every game. Okay. Mark Malone, yeah, man, it's crazy to even have this conversation. The first question you ask yourself about a quarterback is, can he throw the freaking ball? Absolutely, downtown. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. The Steelers understand, guys, more than I think we give them credit for. And I've been disappointed with Mike Tomlin's performance. I've been disappointed at times this free agency period with Omar Khan's performance. But again, guys, I took that fan hat off and I sat it on the table. I took my emotions out of it. And honestly, I'm starting to see the plan, man. And I'm not just buying into bullshit, because you guys that watch me all the time, you know I'm all about the truth here, man. I'm all about telling what's really, truly going on with this football team and what I think my honest opinion is. And I'm not here to feed you storylines. I'm not here to feed you clickbait. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to give you my honest opinion. And I really, truly believe that the Pittsburgh Steelers and Aaron Rodgers are doing something that's actually pretty decent right now. And that is figuring out whether this football team is the right fit for this Steelers ball club. And I think it's not a bad decision to make. Millie, I don't even want Rodgers over here, man. But I do not want Cousins either. This draft class is weak on quarterbacks. I think Rodgers is the best option unless maybe they can somehow get Purdy. Guys, they're not getting Brock Purdy. They're not getting Kirk Cousins, guys. I can guarantee you that. And that's not my opinion. I know that's not going to happen. So wipe those clickbait stories out of your mind, guys. They're not happening, guys. They're not, okay? Don't think about them anymore. The 49ers aren't parting with Purdy, and the Steelers aren't giving away what it'll take. They're not. They're just not, guys. Just telling you. Kirk Cousins is an old, overly expensive quarterback that is going to take a tremendous amount of resources to acquire. The Steelers aren't in that business, guys. I'm telling you, they are not going to do it. So wipe those clickbait stories out of your minds, my friends. Don't click on them. You see, if something you read in a headline sounds outrageous, that it couldn't quite possibly even begin to think that it makes sense in your mind, don't click on it. Kyler Murray is like 3 foot tall, bro. Is he a decent quarterback? Yeah. But is he going to be the best quarterback of all time? No, that's absolutely stupid to say, and you sound like a dumbass. D. Oh, he's talking to Tom. McBride is a average tight end, captain. Sorry. Connor is a average NFL running back. Sorry, they are. Look at their record, dude. Listen, I ain't even going to entertain no more of your comments because you're talking ignorant, man. You're dumb. Rob Lightfoot, Steelers are taking running back 1 in the first of the NFL of the 2025 NFL draft. I mean, if the right one's there, guys, maybe. Maybe, Rob. Maybe. McBride and we let go of James Conner, dude. Yeah, he's there for just to try to amp you up. That's all. Mark Malone, no, dude, we've been in Steelers offensive purgatory long enough. Guys, I think Mason Rudolph will get you all you need, man. With the likes of DK Metcalf, George Pickens, Jalen Warren, Gainwell, Roman Wilson hopefully takes a step. Calvin Austin the third has been tremendous for his career so far, barring the injury that he had in his rookie season. You have an excellent tight end room right now, guys. There is weapons all across the board on this Steelers team offensively, and you've just not got to see it. You got to see it one game last year, and that's when the Steelers cut loose and they threw the ball all around the yard against that Bengals defense and torched it. You got to see it once. All-Star Prods, how do you feel about the digs to the Pats? Overpaid, overpriced. But again, the Patriots, like I said before, All-Star Prods, are in a position that their franchise had a tremendous flip after the departure of Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, and that dynasty that they had built. They had a tremendous opportunity, though, here to get back on track. Why? Because they had a tremendous amount of cap space available to them. So naturally, what Vrabes is going to do up there is overspend for some players just to try to get that culture back, just to try to get some wins back in that building and breathe a little life into it. And once he gets that back on track, now they'll start to be a little bit more conservative. They'll start to be in a little bit more of a professional, fiscally responsible type NFL pace. Just to let you guys know that's what new coaches sometimes do, especially when you have a lot of cap space at your disposal. You're probably going to overpay. Why? Because players might not want to come there and play football right now with the condition. And I think the Steelers have had that issue. Some players in free agency don't want to come play for the Steelers because they're not the Steelers anymore. They're not that team of intimidation. They're not that team that gets off the bus and you're like, oh, shit, dude. We're about to get slammed. These Steelers are here, man. No matter what we do, no matter how much we beat on them, they're going to come back and they're going to punch us in the mouth. And teams don't believe that anymore about the Pittsburgh Steelers. They don't. Jonathan Knoll in the house. Do you think they'll trade up for Sanders? No. If anything, guys, the Steelers are going to, and this is un-Steelers-like. This is, what I'm going to tell you is not what they typically do. I think the Steelers trade back in the 2025 NFL draft if they do any type of movement. I think that they are perfectly fine at 21. I think there will be an immense amount of players there that are desperately needed for this roster. I don't think they'll have a problem finding a player to pick there. But if anything, they trade back, and that's very un-Steelers-like. I don't see a trade up. Unless maybe Shador slides and he's there at 18 or something, and the Steelers say, man, let's bump up a couple spots and just go grab this kid. Maybe they do that. Maybe if you don't get Aaron Rodgers, you want to make that type of commitment. Maybe. But otherwise, I think that the only other move is they trade back, try to gain a second-round pick. I think that would be the focus for the Steelers because they definitely want to pick in round 2. No doubt about that. I truly believe that. So if anything, they would swap back and go back a few picks to try to gain that round 2 pick back. But we'll see. Jason, I vote for you as the Steelers coach. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate you, my friend. I wish they would pay me $16 million a year to be average and mediocre like Mike Tomlin. That would be absolutely amazing. Jimmy Haslam just said he isn't pushing for a quarterback. The Browns will draft Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter. Here's the thing with the Browns, dude. They don't know what they're doing there, man. They have so much bullshit going on there. The Browns are the Browns, guys. They're going to suck. My Floyd is Pink 79. What's up, man? Would it be a reach grabbing Cam Scattaboo in round 3? No, I don't think it'd be a reach, but I think you can get him in round 4. That's where I have him kind of graded 3, 4. So I think that there's a tremendous opportunity for them to be there around round 4, 5 area. I think you could get Cam Scattaboo. Maybe not, but I'm just thinking that. Maybe that's where he goes. I don't think it's a reach. I think he's going to be a tremendous ball player. Let's listen to Miss Pittsburgh, guys. Let's wave that terrible towel for Miss Pittsburgh. Let's hit the shit out of that like button for us here on Steel City Live, your favorite live show right here on YouTube, only on Mic Drop Sports. I'm your host, Jason, as always. make sure you are hitting that like button, sharing the show. Also, memberships, 99 cents a month. Super chats are always open. I know it's the end of the month, guys. Shit's tight. Bills are due. So don't feel obligated to do anything. I just was throwing it out there, as always. You have tremendous opportunities here to win some prizes and things of that nature. So make sure you get yourself that Mic Drop Mafia membership. 99 cents a month. Always will be 99 cents a month. We're currently pushing that. As we are approaching 100 paid members. We're almost there. We're like at 70, so let's get more. And we broke that 4,500 subscriber mark, which was absolutely awesome. So we're going to continue to roll through there. I don't think, Rob, that they trade George Pickens, man, this year, especially if they get Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is the telltale sign of whether anything like that would happen, just to let you guys know. I would like a Marion Hampton. Sean says, Millie, all of a sudden, it's been over a decade since Tomlin had this team ready for the postseason. It's been a long time, man. What'd Millie say? Millie say something crazy? I don't know. Let's keep going, guys. Sorry, I'm going to try to get through some more of your chat, comments, questions, and concerns. Yeah, Cousins is, Roberta. He knows how to get paid, man. He knows how to get paid. No doubt about it. See you down, downtown's leaving. See you downtown. Have a good night, buddy. Leah Matthews, I like the Packers. Go Pack for you, my friend. Ernie Lopez, Steelers at the Chargers. Najee will want to show the Steelers up. Living in SoCal. I'm planning on being there. Let's go Steelers. Hey, you're going to have a beautiful place to go watch a football game, though, Ernie, man. I hope you enjoy yourself when you dive out there to that game, my friend. Yeah, Najee will want to show him up, but can he? I'd be more worried about Justin Herbert and company. That's what I'd be worried about. But hey, it is what it is. I think the Steelers handled them pretty well last year, and I think they'll continue to do so in 2025. Jets suck from Bean Edits. Bean says, Jets suck. You must be a Jets fan. He's saying the New Jersey Jets suck. How do you feel about Justin Fields getting traded to the Jets? First of all, he didn't get traded to the Jets, Bean Edits. What did he do? He left in free agency, and he was highly overpaid for a Jets franchise that is grabbing for anything they can possibly grab. They're New Jersey Jets that are just going to be the Jets, man. They ain't never going to win no championship. They ain't never going to do nothing. No, it ain't the same thing. A trade is much different. A trade is giving away capital to bring someone in. Getting somebody in free agency is giving away nothing but a contract. That's not the same thing. Whatever. People are dumb. I like Warren. I'd let him step up to the plate. Me too, man. New Jersey Jets got to be the most cursed team. Yeah, they suck, Cyrus. I love people that just say dumb shit. Yeah. Hey, Bean Edits. I don't know what you're editing out there. Probably those dumb edits that people go, pick a player, pick a team for an edit. I'm just busting your nuts, Bean. I'm not trying to be a total dick. But guess what? You get a flag, Bean Edits. What are you doing? Edits on lima beans and baked beans and all that shit? Bean got a flag. 15 yards. You were the first flag tonight, Bean. Pretty damn cool. Crazy. You know how crazy it is, guys, that time flies by for an hour. Again, I'm trying to work on some draft stuff. That's going to be an exciting time, guys. I already got one confirmation that I'm going to more than likely go to another channel and do a show. So that'll be some extra content for you guys to look for. I'll let you know once I finalize that. But it looks like I will be doing something like that. And again, I'm going to try to bring some people on to here. It's going to be a tough time. Some people are busy, so it's definitely going to be tough. But we're going to try to get as much draft stuff for you guys as possible. Yeah, they are, Rob. Thank you, Jets. Appreciate it. All right, guys, we're going to wrap another exciting show up here on Steel City Live. Make sure you tell a friend, man. Phone a friend. Watch Mike Drop Sports. That's where it's at. Jason's that guy. He's that guy. Make sure you tell everybody to come on over and join us here at Mike Drop Sports. We're a growing channel each and every day, man. I feel like we got a lot to offer, and we're going to continue to get better and better and better as more and more support continues to pour in here. We are about to hit that 5,000 subscriber mark. I never thought I'd be able to say that ever. But we're about to say it. So we're going to get there soon, very soon. Probably within the next couple weeks, we'll be there, guys. So I know we can do that. We're not far away. So, again, thank you to everybody that contributed tonight, and we'll be back tomorrow, man, on the 1st of the month. So, wake up. All right, guys, see you. Have a good one.